Hi, and welcome back to the ASUG News Studio. I'm Craig Powers, and right now I'm joined by Albert Kerr of Lexmark, and he's presenting here at SBOUC tomorrow at 1:30, and he's going to be talking about how Lexmark used rapid deployment solutions to get some deliverables from HANA and analytics. So, what you talk about, Albert? Well, how are you doing, by the way?
Good. How are
Yeah,
you?
good. Good. And so, what you talk about with in your presentation, you're going to talk about enterprise analytics maturity. So, what does that mean? What is enterprise analytics maturity?
So enterprise analytics would be primarily a set of skill sets, technologies, applications, platforms that help you do iterative and continuous exploration and investigation of past business performance in order to gain insight and also do business planning for the future. So analytics basically answers the question, why is something happening? What will happen if the trend continues? What are my optional solutions in order to reverse the trends? So what it really does, it positions a company to leverage all its assets, if you will, especially in the technology arena, and make sure that the strategic focus of the corporation is not lost over time.
Right. And so Lexmark, I guess, reached enterprise analytics maturity with the help, as I said earlier, of enterprise or rapid deployment solutions. So how did Lexmark utilize that RDS system?
So basically, RDS, which is Rapid Deployment Solutions, it's really a protocol serviced by SAP. So what you basically do during this protocol is it's a fixed bid, fixed scope, fixed number of deliverables,
Right.
and the expectations are very well managed from soup to nuts. It's usually for a relatively short duration of time. In that scenario, the corporate resources, are engaging on a continuous basis with the SAP resources to make sure that those deliverables have been deployed. So basically what we did is addressed deliverables from all the different suites and products of SAP. So that would include dashboards, Explorer infospaces, Webby reports, Crystal, and so on and so forth. And we source the data from both SAP ECC and also SAP BW. So the real thrust here is to make sure that we target certain low-hanging fruits or certain pain points that the enterprise is going through, so that those are addressed very clearly. And at the end of the day, this is more than just a proof of concept or a prototype. You take those deliverables and you really productionalize them. So you are leveraging the value not only during the development, but also after development in the production mode.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So this, even though it's a set number of deliverables, it's not a one-time deal. Yeah,
Right.
you continue to get value from this rapid deployment solution.
Right. So basically what you're doing with the RDS, you try to target a very complex technology. Like in our case, we did it for SAP HANA. We brought it on board, we installed it, deployed it, developed it, and then rolled out the deliverables. And then we're continuing to get the benefits from that deployment.
Great. And so I'll transition a little bit. Another thing that you're going to discuss tomorrow is some of the gaps. There's still analytics is still in a lot of businesses new, and so there's some skill gaps. So what are some skill gaps that you're seeing for analytics?
Right. So a technology that is as complex as HANA, for instance, it needs a plethora of skill sets. So we are talking about understanding business objects enterprise, how the platform works, how the installs work, the upgrades, the migrations. We are also talking about understanding BW, which is SAP's business warehouse. Also BWA, which is business warehouse accelerators. So there's a lot of moving parts that all have to work in concert to make sure that the infrastructure is humming the way it was intended to be. So we should be looking at skill sets from different standpoints. Two very important ones would be, do I have the skill sets available?
Right.
And or do I have the skill sets gap in the sense that I have to go and acquire them? Do I have them available within the enterprise, but the resources are being used in some other enterprise activities? And then are these such new skill sets that I have to go and get them in the marketplace?
Okay, and I guess we'll get down to it. What are the deliverables that Lexmark received from this rapid deployment solution using HANA and analytics?
Okay. So from a very tangible standpoint, I mean, these are things we can touch, very palpable. These would be those Explorer deliverables, InfoSpace is what we call them, developing some business objects, Webby universes, actual dashboards that tell us the performance of, let's say, supply chain throughput, or marrying the information from our FICO or COPA modules with our supply chain order management, and then producing certain sets of reports, charts, graphics. So that the whole thing here is to move from report centricity, which is rows and columns, to really more visual analytics. All right, that's a paradigm shift. So in order to make that transition, a company has to put in place a whole set of skill sets. So you need some very expert resources to do that. Where SAP helps us is that during this RDS protocol, they bring in those big guns, if you will, the experts, the resources, and they help the enterprise go through the pain points, the transitions, the learning curve, which can be extremely steep, exorbitantly steep.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on, Albert. It was great, and good luck with your presentation tomorrow. And stay with us for more interviews from SBO UC, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.